Good morning, everybody. It is Wednesday. It is Hump Day, July 17th. We all love that because we get to the week, part of the week, where we say, hey, we're going to get through this now. We're going to get through this. We're going to move forward. We're getting closer and closer to our NFL season. Guys, welcome back to the Brandon Mason Show. As I get settled here, get nice and settled up. I know you guys this morning are getting ready for football like me. A lot of people jumping into the live stream early. A lot of people coming in here even after the fact. A lot of people on social media. I greatly appreciate you. If it's the first time in here right now, hit the like button. If it's your first time ever watching a live stream, hit the like button. And if it's your first time hanging out with the team, hit the like button right now. Guys, welcome back to the show. All the Mesa mobsters will pop in here as we continue to build our broadcast in the morning. Every day we're expanding that. We had a lot of live play-by-plays. Everybody jumped on board. And why do I have these headphones on? Well, that's because I'm still fixing a couple components to my live stream. We have computers and technology all over the place. We're organizing everything to bring it together. And today I got my coffee lined up. Thank God. That's more important because I get up, I can get myself motivated, generated, going. Without the coffee, I feel like my eyes are sagging down, but I feel good today because it's NFL talk. We're talking about the Los Angeles Rams today. We're talking about the opportunities, the needs to get where they got to get to, the quarterback depth chart, what they're doing all the way down to the impact players, the schedule, and how Shawn McVay had a lot of success as a head coach early on in the NFL. We're going to go into that right now. But more importantly, guys, welcome back to the show. I know that you guys are eager and ready to watch NFL sports. I want to say thank you to everyone that comes in here early with me. And we had a lot of cool stuff that happened yesterday. I had a conversation about even with He Is Motivated that's in the building right now, said, hey, we could do some cool stuff where we show up and we go to the stadiums and have fan reactions, like some fan experiences. When we're going live for the play-by-plays, we have all these people on here, thousands of people hanging out. He brought that to the attention. He said he could be there at the stadium. I said, holy shit, what a good idea. He could be at the game, or anybody can be at the game. You can call in. We can see you live at the game. We can say, how's it going down there? You can say, oh, it's rocking down here at the stadium. What's going on? So I'm excited about that. I'm really freaking excited about that. And he brought that to the attention. So want to say that. Good morning to everybody in here right now. I'm going to make an announcement. I'm going to say thank you to everybody in the live stream. Want to get a chance to do that here in 1 second. If you're in here for the first time, hit the like button. If you've been here before, hit the like button. Let's run that up. Leave a comment in the chat. And the poll is in there right now. Will the Los Angeles Rams make the playoffs? In there, yes, 100% or not a chance. Drop it in there. But right now, let's get into it. The LA Rams needs for the 2024 NFL season, right? Los Angeles Rams out there, the spectacular place. Everyone's like, oh, Hollywood and all kinds of things going on. They went from, everyone will tell you this, but it was the St. Louis Rams, and you have LA changing a bunch of things. They dialed in at one point. You have Los Angeles, and you have San Diego Chargers going to LA. Like all these people moving teams around. It is the Los Angeles Rams. They've had a lot of success over the several years, winning Super Bowls and all that. But right now, let's down to this. What do they need? What do the Rams need? And I got to tell you right now, watching their team last season, they got Stafford out there, a great quarterback, someone that can lead the team to success. It was kind of one of those things where you watch Stafford ball out, you watch his team ball out, and you go, are they going to go through a roller coaster ride? Are they going to win some games? Are they going to, how are they going to be? I'm going to go into when they had OBJ and all that too. He was out there. They won a Super Bowl, and they fell off. Like, what's going on? What's going with the camaraderie? What's going with the team, the impact, and all that? But what I can tell you is this: they got some excellent talent. I'm going to go on the impact players. I'm going to talk about the receivers in a second. Obviously, when Nacua and Kupp, they have a great setup out there. But let's talk about this for a second. What does it take in a National Football League to be successful? Immediately, I've been talking about this, obviously the tight end position, but first and foremost, it's your quarterback, right? So when you're looking at the quarterback position, you see Stafford out there getting it done, making plays, was brought in there. Even the Detroit Lions, like he was there, switched up. We're going to go into the Detroit Lions, and everyone kept asking about the Lions. Can we go into that? I didn't realize how many Lions fans we have on the program. We're going to that in a second, but all I got to tell you is the Los Angeles Rams have to pull it together. They have running back cores. Let me go into that too for a second because I just pulled that up. I said, we got to get into the running back conversation and why this is important. Okay. So look at this right here. They got Kyron Williams. This guy shows up. He's going to be a baller, but I want to say something for a second. We're going to go to impact players, but right now, this guy, when I pull this picture up in a second, he can ball. He can play at the running back position, obviously running in between the tackles, outside the tackles, making plays, play action, all that. But what I want to tell you is the guy they just brought in who's going to battle with him. Not knocking Kyron Williams at all. I'm just saying the battle of what's going to happen is Blake Corum and him all season long. Blake Corum just won, obviously, a national championship with Michigan, shows up a straight baller. Smaller frame guy, right? Like a smaller frame guy, but wants to get it done. And it's so crazy and ironic how he went from Michigan. Like, check out his helmet, check out the uniform, right? And then here he goes. Like, it didn't even change his uniform style when he gets in and heads right into the Los Angeles Rams, right? So you're seeing a guy here that shows up who they think he could be an impact player, which I'm going to go into who they have. But he can be a big-time player for them. Just won a national championship on a big stage out there, obviously, in Michigan with Harbaugh. That was a great experience. J.J. McCarthy at the quarterback position. And now that they have a chance to play on a big stage, he joins the Rams. So they have a running back core that can be dynamic. They got some receivers when it gets to that impact players right now. They need to focus on their defense. That's the problem right now. I'm going to break it down here in a nutshell. What they need to do, they need to focus on their defense, because if they don't, that's the core problem they got. They have running backs. They got receivers. They have a lot of opportunities. But what leads us right into the topic of conversation and what they need for the 2024 NFL season is obviously going to be Aaron Donald here in a second. I'm going to talk about what he did on the defensive line. But the depth chart at the quarterback position, okay? Let's talk about the depth chart right now at the quarterback position. Matthew Stafford there, obviously a guy who they believe in, who they want to be the centerfold of their team, who they love, who they appreciate, right? And I think this guy is a big-time leader. He's someone who you want on your football team, a quarterback on the field, someone that you want, obviously, in the locker room. But what I want to talk about right now is the quarterbacks they brought in, right? Like, they brought in Jimmy G, and I thought that was a little confusing, but Jimmy G shows up, obviously, was with the Patriots. Was pretty damn good there, right? It was Tom Brady's backup. Then he went out to, play for San Francisco. That didn't work out as well as they wanted to. Injuries and all that. Him, Trey Lance, they both leave. They get to the Raiders. That didn't work out that long. And now the Los Angeles Rams say, hey, forget it. We're going to bring in Jimmy G. And now Jimmy G is playing with the Rams. Now, you have Stafford, Jimmy G, which that was a conversation. People are like, well, how is this going to work out? You're going to have two players you're going to pay a lot of money to see how that works out. And then they also have Stetson Bennett. I'm not sure how much you follow Stetson Bennett. Georgia, played well. Another guy that they can bring in that can ball. I thought I had a couple pictures here for you guys. I don't know if it popped up on here or not. But Stetson Bennett, a quarterback that played at Georgia, another guy. That quarterback room is filled with people that can play football. It can play. I think Stetson Bennett took a year off or whatever it was, or had some family concerns and stuff like that. But the depth chart, the quarterback position for Los Angeles is okay. Right? Like they have their quarterback, Matthew Stafford, and then they can turn to Jimmy G if they need another quarterback to step in, who was a starting quarterback for multiple teams, who can play well, obviously fighting through injuries and all that. And then he's also, I believe he has a suspension for X amount of games. So Jimmy G will not be able to play. So they have Stetson Bennett there as another backup. And then you're going to be bringing in Jimmy G later into the season, right? Like that's the depth chart right now for the quarterback position. But right now, what are they going to do with the defensive side? Did Aaron Donald's retirement hurt the Rams? Yes, but how bad? How bad did it hurt the defensive line? Because right now they're building their offense. I'm going to go into those core players right now in a second with Nacua and Cooper Kupp and all that. But the defense, can they build that defense the proper way? Can they bring in defensive linemen that they think can fill that void, fill those gaps? Linebackers to come up during the run game, be able to fill the A gap, the B gap, the C gap, to take charge of that. And then obviously you have the outside zones and the sweeps and all that. But can they fill the fulfillment of that D line? That's going to be the biggest part this season for the LA Rams, because their defense has to step up and make plays. They can do that. And I want to just say something. Aaron Donald went to Pittsburgh. I went to Pitt. This guy was a baller from day one. Whether it was a little league, high school, college, was a baller. He gets to the NFL and he's doing his thing. And this guy was special. There was a lot of reasons why he did a lot of stuff, donations. He made a lot of money. He said, look, it's my time to retire. It's my time to step down and do what I got to do. And that's what actually happened. I had a lot of respect for Aaron Donald. I think that Los Angeles had a lot of respect for Aaron Donald, and I think the NFL in general had a lot of respect for Aaron Donald. So I like what he brought to the table. I think he's a big-time guy. I think him retiring and saying, this is my time to leave the NFL appropriately, not overly hurt, not having any problems, not crazy injury, just literally stepping away, going, it's my time to go. I played a lot. I made a lot of money. I want to move on to the next chapter of my life. And that's exactly what Aaron Donald has done. And now that he leaves, how much does that impact, obviously, the Rams. And I realistically, on the defensive side of the defense line, if you're in here right now in the chat, I see you, Julie, Brittany, he is motivated. Throw the dice in the chat right now. Drop the cash money symbols in the chat right now because we're moving forward. And tomorrow's my birthday. Do not forget my birthday present. Everybody bring one freaking person into the live stream that hasn't been here before. And welcome back, guys, to the live stream. We're getting into this right now because Aaron Donald, the LA Rams, they got a good opportunity. Are they going to be great or are they going to be bad? Like, that's kind of what the conversation looks like right now. And then you go into LA Rams impact players. And this is what everybody wants to talk about. Obviously, I understand that. You got Stafford. You got Nacua, right? You got Puka Nacua right there in the middle who played phenomenal last season. And then you have Kupp. Like, you have all these players right now that can ball out, that can do some great things. And I'm just saying, you have it lined up. You can do what you got to do. You can build your season this year, especially from an offensive side of things. Do they have what it takes on the defense side of the ball? That's the concern I think they have. But from the offense side of things, boy, they have a lot of weapons. Stafford over there, Nacua, Kupp, a backfield with, running backs with Kyron Williams, Blake Corum coming in. They got firepower on the offense. The defense is going to be the concern. Maybe the offensive line, let's see how they ball out. But on the defensive side of things, can they ball out? Impact players, obviously, when I watch these two are dynamic. Kupp and Nacua. You want to talk about hard people to cover. We've been covering, obviously, Tyreek Hill, and Jalen Waddle. And then they got OBJ as well. Ironically, OBJ was just there with the Rams as well. But when you look at Jalen Waddle and you look at Tyreek Hill, boy, they can ball. But these two right here together, a very difficult group to cover. I mean, you're talking Kupp and Nacua, guys that can run the slant, they can run the in route, they can run just a zip across the field, they can run zigzags, they can run it all, the fly. They are very hard to cover, and that will open up the run game. And I think that's where Stafford has to capitalize. Stafford has to step up and go, you know what? We have an excellent setup because we have some excellent targets, some naked bootlegs, some quick little screen passes to these players that can turn a little 5-yard pass into 100 yards. This is what they need to do. They need to get it done on the offensive side of things because right now the defense, I'm just saying, when you look up some of the starters, you go, okay, they got some players. They're NFL players. Are they impact players? Are they going to change the game? Ramsey, also another player that is gone and is playing for the Miami Dolphins. I feel like every time you turn around, players are going to the Miami Dolphins, which is why we're going to cover them a lot this season. Ramsey's there. OBJ is there. You even have Jordan Poyer from the Buffalo Bills. He's there. A couple years ago, Tyreek Hill left the Chiefs. He's there. I mean, they're bringing in players. That's all I'm saying. The Dolphins are trying to win a Super Bowl, and they're pushing as hard as they can. Do the LA Rams have enough impact players to get to the next level? And right here, we're going to move to the next topic and conversation. Can the LA Rams win the NFC West? Right? Like, can they win the NFC West? They got the San Francisco 49ers. They got the Arizona Cardinals. They got the Seattle Seahawks. It looks like the toughest competition they got right now is the 49ers. Right? And that's a true thing. Obviously, Brock Purdy, Christian McCaffrey. Come on, George Kittle. You got players out there, even the defense side of things. They have ballers. Can the LA Rams, in the chat right now, guys, can the LA Rams win the NFC West? Can you see the Rams beating the 49ers or no? Can they beat the Cardinals? Can they beat Seattle? Can they beat the 49ers? Like, in the chat right now, what do you guys think? And again, everyone that's in there, Annie, Roger, Tracy, LaFrance, how you guys doing? He is motivated. What's going on in the building? I see everybody that's coming in here right now. Can they win the NFC West? That's a question because the Rams are going to have to do that. They're going to have to ball out this season. They want to get to the playoffs, obviously, and win something kind of important, right? We got to see what happens. I'm taking a look at the chat right now to see what you guys are saying. Calvin, how you doing? Welcome to the live stream. We're building every single day. It's your first time in here at the like button. We do our play-by-plays. There's thousands of people in here, and we just reintroduced this last week our morning show. We're live back in here in a couple weeks. We're going to be rocking and rolling with tons of people coming in, so I'm looking forward to that. And let me see what I got right here. Here's the picture. Here is the lineup, the 4 teams in the West. It looks like the battle of LA and San Francisco. That's the ticket right now. That's the ticket. And while I'm in here right now, I can interact with you guys, no problem. I have several computers here that allow me to do that. Screens everywhere. I cannot wait to get the dynamic setup that you guys are going to love. And I bring you guys in on the screen, as you know, and I keep showing this to show you guys what it will look like. And right here it is. When I call you guys in, or your messages that you leave will pop up right here. When I click on it, we can have your conversation. We almost have that done. A couple technical difficulties, and we're going to be rocking and rolling and having you guys interact with me on the live stream. That's going to be a lot of fun. Whatever you guys say, click on it, it pops up right there. But if you're in here right now, if you're in the chat right now, put what city or state you're in so we can connect everybody that's coming into the live stream. Put where you're from in the chat right now. What city, what state, where are you based right now? If you're not in the U.S., then put the country you're based in, because during the play-by-plays and the live show, there is a lot of people from country to country to country, state to state. So we'd like to see where you guys are based right freaking now. And let's move on to the next part of our topic and conversation. And this is important. This is important for the National Football League. This is really important, obviously, for the LA Rams. Why Shawn McVay had early success as the Rams head coach. Why are they so successful? Why is he so successful in the NFL? And why is his team so successful? I think this is important to talk about. Shawn McVay comes in, a young guy in his 30s, can relate to players. And I don't think he showed up and made it a buddy system. I think he went out there and he said, look, I'm going to be your coach. I'll show you love. And I can see where he's done that. I can see where he stepped up to the plate and he's talked to Stafford, countless times. I'm going to have another picture here to show what it looks like when he's rooting his team on. Obviously, he wants to make them ball, but he's got the fire, the passion to get out there and make it happen. I don't think he does the buddy system. I think he goes, look, I'm your coach. I've been on football for a long time. I'm your coach. And then, honestly, when you see some of the end results, this is what you see. And I'm not saying that they're going to win a Super Bowl this year. I'm not saying they're the best team in the National Football League. I'm not even saying that they're going to make the playoffs. I'm just telling you that Shawn McVay had a lot of early success. He had a lot of contacts, obviously a lot of family, a lot of friends, people in football. But this is a guy that can relate to his team in a way where he comes with the passion, desire to win football games. He's on the sidelines. He's running up and down the field, and he wants to win games. And he's not a joke player. He's a guy, you can see the fire in his eyes. You can see he's going through a lot of stress as well, being a coach of the National Football League. I don't think people understand enough how important it is to be that kind of coach. And I'm not talking about P's and Q's. I'm not talking about X's and O's right now. I'm just saying the personality on the field, lighting the fire, looking at your coach in that quarterback room, in the running back room, with the offensive line, the offense, defense, special teams, showing up with that firepower, your mentality, being like, I want to win football games. I don't care how old you are. I don't care how young you are. You're on the team of the roster. You're 21 years old, new draft pick, 22 years old, whatever. All the way up to 40 years old. If you're a quarterback and you're 40, like Aaron Rodgers, like the guys that retired late, Tom Brady, you can go on and on. Obviously now you got Russell Wilson. A lot of older quarterbacks are staying around a little bit longer right now, right? We're going to the Minnesota Vikings and talk about them as well and what they did. And all the way down to Atlanta Falcons. I mean, there's a lot of players out there that are staying for a longer period of time. And these head coaches have to step up to the plate and be excellent coaches, not just, a coach that's like, hey, X's and O's, okay, run the defense off. Someone that can step up and light a fire in you in your 20s, light a fire in you if you're in your 40s. And I'm just saying that's super important. And then turning around and lighting a fire in your coaching staff. More important than people think and people understand. It's very, very important. But how will they move forward? How will they get this done? And can the LA Rams together win this season? I got another picture of OBJ, who was out there, got injured, obviously, was trying the ball, didn't stay there very long. Another player that was out playing for LA Rams, you've seen him with the Giants, he was phenomenal. Then he was with the Browns, and he had a short stint there, right? And then he goes to the Rams, and it's like, man. Then he went to the Ravens, and now he's with the Dolphins. I mean, let's count this for a second. You're talking the Giants, the Browns, right? I mean, the Rams, the Ravens, the Dolphins. I mean, when you go team to team, I'm not saying that it's not in your bet. I'm not saying, hey, look, you can't get out there. You can't ball out. I'm not saying that you can't go from one team to the next. I'm not saying you can't go every year if you want. But to learn the people on your team to get cozy, with your players. Hey, man, we got this. The camaraderie. You got to be able to get out there and feel good, like cozied up, like in my position. Like, okay, I'm here. I'm running this. Like, I'm going to run these routes. I know the playbook. I'm not changing the playbook every day. The number one thing is, all your routes. Run your routes to the best of your ability, and then block when you're not catching the pass. Like that's first and foremost. But the playbook, understanding the changes, the hot routes. Obviously, you can look at the reads and see what's going on. If your corner is covering you and he blitzes, you might run the hot route right here. I'm going to go into some of that for you guys that might not understand what that is. If you're covered, pressed, and that corner runs, say he blitzes or whatever, corner blitz, and you're right now for a hot route, boom, you might turn around and catch a hitch. You might do a stop pass, whatever it is. There's so many things that happen different with different teams, and you got to keep learning that. In the chat right now, throw the dice in the chat right freaking now. I want to see everybody in here. Listen, I want to see some freaking wheels spinning, giving away some money out here. If you're here for the first time, You know, probably don't know, we give away a lot of money during our show. We're going to start that coming in the next week. Even in our morning show, we're going to start spinning the wheel for people in the morning show. Start giving away some money in the morning. It's going to be freaking awesome. He is motivated. Miss Lex LaFrance, I see you. Roger, I see you coming in the mornings. I appreciate you. Miss Lex, I hope you're doing well out there. I hope your power is restored. Hope your family's doing well. I hope everything is going great for you out there in Texas. We have a lot of prayers for you. We appreciate you. Drop the hearts in the chat and show love for all the appreciation. And I want to tell you something. Obviously, we're getting ready to sign off today because we go to 10 to 10:30 on our show in the mornings. We're covering every single team step by step. We're going to get into some bets and some trades and some cool things that you guys will be able to do and look at the bets. I'm going to pull them on the screen. You can see who I'm picking live, my bets. And we also have the Mason Mob Fantasy Football is going to get started. If you will join the Mason Mob Fantasy Football, we're going to have a lot of people. When the play-by-plays get started, there's thousands of people that will be in here. But right now, we can have a lot of fun and get together. If you will do the fantasy football with us, put a Y in the chat for yes right now, so I know you will do fantasy football with the Mason Mob. I'm going to do that and connect it. It's free. If you want to join that, we're going to get that started for you guys next week. The fantasy football to get started, you better start picking your players, get who you want out there. It's going to be a lot of fun. Let me drop a Y in the chat for me too, because I'm going to be freaking playing as well. Just put it out there. I'm going to have you guys jumping on. We're going to see trades. We're going to see who you're picking at the quarterback position. And I got to tell you, playing football for a long time, since I was 5 years old, tons of accolades, scholarships, getting a chance to get to the Giants, have workouts. I think I know a lot about football, but let me tell you something. When I'm in fantasy football, it's like the first week I'm killing it. Second week, I'm like, yo, why am I in last place? I'm just saying, I know a lot about football. Why am I in last place? My sports betting has been great, but fantasy football has been like, okay, can someone else pick my picks? Or we put this on auto selection for me because something's not going right. So I'm excited to do that with you guys. That will be a lot of freaking fun. And moving forward, tomorrow, we have some conversation. And I hope you guys understand. We're going to be talking about Trump tomorrow on the live stream. Why? Because I think it's important. Tomorrow's my birthday. So instead of doing a football team and selecting a random team on my birthday, we're going to do something just for the country tomorrow, just to address what has happened, obviously, for the president, going to some things that are going on, connections, a couple things in the media. I want to do that, not to turn it into a whole political situation, but I think it's important to cover the breaking news of what has been going on and what they're saying is going on, and not to jump on like everybody did days ago and tell you the whole story without knowing the story. So what I'm going to do tomorrow, live in the morning, I'm going to jump on. We're going to handle some stuff about President Trump and also what's going on with, obviously the shooting and all that. I think it's important to jump on and do that because even though I love football more than anything, I don't want to turn this into a political channel. It's important to cover our country. Everyone right now, put the USAs in the chat. Get a USA chant going. USA, USA, it's important. Drop the flags in there. Put USA in the chat. It's so important for our country and why we should cover that. Not to go into the whole candidate situation, not to go into the whole conspiracy theories and all this kind of stuff with Biden and Trump and yada, yada, yada. Just to go in and talk about our country for a minute, how greatly I appreciate our country, all our people out there that have done some great, phenomenal things. And people in the fire department. Roger in the chat right now was with the fire department for a long time. We greatly appreciate him. He's done a lot for back in our hometown. That means a lot to me too. And people that have stuck up for our country, it's important. So we're going to cover that. Not to go into craziness. Don't think we're going to come on here and start doing this whole blue and red thing because I don't want to start dividing our people and our friends in here. I love everybody that comes into our live stream. So we're going to go on here. We're going to talk about that tomorrow in the morning. It's 9:55 being here. You're going to see the countdown. You're going to see a picture of me. You're going to see a picture of Trump. And we're going to have that conversation. I think it's important to do so. And I want to get your insight on here. I think that's going to be great. I think we should do that and cover that piece of the pie and see the kind of person he is because I think he's stepping up, doing some great things, but also a warrior, getting shot. I mean, damn near close to getting assassinated. And he walks off the stage like a damn champion. I'm just saying, I don't give a shit what he was, Republican or Democrat. Not many people are going to react that way and be like USA. And I think more important, that was important for us. So we're going to go to that tomorrow, live in the morning, 9:55. Be here early. We can start that Trump conversation, some USA champs and stuff like that, and get it motivated for tomorrow. But like I said, LA Rams conversation, we just dialed into a lot what just happened. And I did forget a couple things. The production out in LA, I mean, the stadium, the fan base, like people in LA, they want the production, right? Hollywood, they got it, boy. Like they got it going out there. They get it rocking and wild. So we'll see how they do this season. But I got to tell you, they have some opportunities. How the defense will show up, we'll find out. Today is Wednesday, guys. It's hump day. It's July 17th. I got to keep checking. You think I would know because tomorrow's my birthday on the 18th. You think I would freaking know the date today. But I keep forgetting because that's not important because I got kids and family to wife. So I put them first. But tomorrow morning, 9:55, you will see a picture of me on the thumbnail and a picture of Trump and what's been going on. Live conversation in the morning tomorrow. We're collecting all the details through the week of what happened, what transpired, so we can talk about our country and why that's so important to do so. I appreciate you guys more than you guys know. Be prepared. We're getting closer to NFL season, start of the season. We're creeping up on August. Preseason's coming around. I'm ready to go. Live play-by-plays, and he is motivated again. Brought it to my attention about the fan reactions where during the live stream, during the play-by-plays with thousands of people in here, we're going to be able to pull you up. If you are at a game, we will call you in and we can see your fan experience there in the seat of what's going on live at the game. It's freaking awesome. As I sign off today and you guys are here, I greatly appreciate you. Throw the dice in the chat as we leave like we always do. You guys make this possible. You guys make this fun. And when the play-by-play start and there's all these people in here, I will not forget you guys. And Mile High is in the building. So great to have you here. I know you got a lot going on. Mile High, big part of our program. Excellent part of our program. I know you got a lot going on. I appreciate you jumping in to say what's up this morning. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Tomorrow, we're having USA Mile High. You're going to love it. We're talking about President Trump tomorrow. On my birthday, we're dialing into it. We're not going to get too political, like I just said, but what we're going to do, we're going to touch base on the shooting, what happened live. I think we should do for our country. Not for me, not for anybody else, not just for our nation. We need to cover what happened, just some conversation. Drop the flags in there, drop the dice in there. You guys make this awesome. I appreciate you guys, and he is motivated. Mile High, right now, drop it in. Roger, everyone that's in here right now, drop it so I can announce you. Brittany, thank you. LaFrance, thank you. Everyone that's in here. Tracy, thank you. Miss Lex, I appreciate you. Everyone that's been coming in today to communicate. Calvin, thank you. Pete Theo is in the building too. I see that too. Pete Theo is trying to get down here to Miami. I appreciate you. Everyone that's come. Rahanis is in the building. Annie was in the building. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I greatly appreciate every single one of you. As we sign off today, I will see you guys tomorrow, 9:55. Remember, tomorrow's for our country. It's my birthday, 9:55. Bring one person. That's all I'm asking. Bring one person that hasn't been here before. Smack the like button. And listen, when I sign off on this program right now, it's going to take me, give it like 1 minute. I'm going to sign off. You're going to see the outro screen with my name on there. Give it 1 minute. When it signs off, boom, and goes away and it stops, it's going to upload. I want you guys to leave one comment on the video because all the live stream comments are here. We need to get comments on the actual video once it uploads. So that way, more people will jump in, start chiming in. That's what YouTube wants. So I greatly appreciate you. I guys will see you tomorrow. It is freaking hump day. Thursday, remember, we're talking about Trump in the morning, 9:55. Be here. Have a great rest of your hump day. I will see you guys soon.